Hey everyone, so it's your girl. I do not have the energy to be like, hey guys, blah, 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 because just by the look on my face, you can tell how life is going. And I'm just gonna be real with you guys. This video is gonna be like a life update. It's just gonna be sort of like a run through of everything since I've been here. And to be honest, I've actually taken so many videos and I keep deleting them. But this one, I'm just coming to you guys raw. There's a lot. There's a lot been going on. And this is just like a run through or a recap of a video that I have not done, because I'm supposed to do like individual videos. Tell you guys how every single thing has been going. Not every single thing, but you get what I mean. But this is just going to be like a run through. And I'm sure you can see the acne, the eye bags, the redness in my eye. I'm wearing a cap because I'm losing my hair. And yeah, I could care less at this point because yes, things have been real hard. That's the best way I can put it. But I'm not here to cry or anything. I'm just here to like really just give a recap. And so I'm going to sit in the comfort of my bed. I'm not going to set up anything. I'm not going to set up light or anything. I'm just going to sit in the comfort of my bed using the light from outside. And so don't expect any awesome technicalities in this video. It's just going to be a very raw truth coming to you live and colored, straight in your faces. Yeah, life update 101. Hi. So today is a day where I break out of my shell and come to you guys. Not necessarily come, I wouldn't say come to you guys, but just like give an update on why I've been silent and what's some of the things I've been going through and how stressful school is. If I'm gonna talk a lot, I can't keep a dry lips, so let me moisturize those lips and then get to you guys. Yep. Okay, so now they're good to go. Life is beating your girl up. Oh my goodness. So this is like a story time. Me just shooting this in between like some of the assignments that I'm working on. And I'm just using this time to just like clear my head, you know, get a video out there and get back to the assignments and readings that I have to do. So we're actually in 2022 February. Last year, December, I actually had a whole list of things I was gonna shoot over the holidays, and I had planned my content. You know, I got I got two people who agreed to help me edit, because that's like one of my big things. Once I shoot a video, I take some time editing. Not as much time though, but I take some time editing because I use my phone to edit, and sometimes I have to like have like some hours to sit down and edit and everything, make sure it's good to go. I'm also a perfectionist, so I like to have things at least a little crisp because I don't have all the equipment and stuff that will make my videos look crisp, and you know, all those things with the backgrounds looking all blurry and like me in focus and light all of me and stuff like that. I don't have all those things, and so I just use my phone. So I use a lot of time editing. But then that's not the point. We're here to talk about my life and how things have been going. So we're gonna go right into that in a second. But I just want to pull up the list that I had, because I feel like that'll give me some, you know, guide to, you know, brushing through other things, because I'm still gonna have these videos done individually, but I kind of wanted like you guys to have an idea of what I was gonna be sharing with you guys. And I have no idea why I'm not finding it, but I should find it because it's here somewhere. Oh, I didn't put a title on the document. I have found it, but I didn't put a title. That's why I was like using forever to find it. So my whole plan, because when I came to the US, I didn't really like give like insights on like my whole journey, you know, looking for a visa and all those things. I actually just jumped into helping people prepare for their visas. I didn't like go into the whole process of telling you guys, okay, this is what I did, this is what happened, you know, all the juicy bits and tips, you know. But I kind of wanted to give like a roadmap to how, like, the places that I went. I don't even know how to put it. I wanted to give a roadmap to, from like, you know, how I started to like where I am now. And there's like so many things that have been happening, so many things that have happened, and I'll talk about everything in single videos. But this one is just like a run through or brush through. I think it's a little dark, but let me increase the brightness a bit. Yep. Okay. Maybe it's too bright. Whatever. I don't even care. But yeah. So before I came to the US, I went to Dubai for like some work, something. It was kind of brief. I had 2 weeks. 1 week to spend in Dubai, 1 week to spend back in Ghana, and the following week to move to the US. So I literally had like 1 week to spend with my family and friends, and then 1 week to spend in Dubai, if I'm making sense. I'm gonna really be running through, so you really need to like run with me. And I'm not trying to have this video be like 1 hour. If maybe it could be an hour, but if it reaches an hour, probably like split it up and do part 1 or 2, but whatever. I had 2 weeks. Just know that I had 2 weeks. 1 was supposed to be spent in Dubai, 1 was supposed to be spent in Ghana, and then the following 1 I was supposed to move here. Then I go to Dubai, and then something strange happens. I come back to Ghana, I'm not able to go home. Okay. I'm stuck in between giving details and not giving details, but I'll leave the details out for the like major videos. But yeah, I go to Dubai and something crazy happens. I come to Ghana, I'm not able to see my family. I'm like shipped off literally to some place, and it's a whole dramatic scene. But yeah, I'm shipped off to some place, and I'm not able to see my family for like a whole week. And just a few days before I come to the US, at this point I don't even know if I'm coming to the US or not, I miraculously was able to go back home. And then a day before I moved to the US, that night was when I actually knew I was going to come to the US. It's kind of, I know I'm being vague, but just, you know, bear with me. That night, so I was supposed to move on the 27th of December. And as at the 26th, I didn't know if I was actually going to come or not. Then on the 26th night, I got a text message which changed everything. And that text message was like confirming that you were actually going to go to the US. And yeah, that evening I had a couple of friends over, and I broke the news to them, and they kind of like suspected, because I didn't tell anybody I was going to come to the US, but they kind of suspected earlier that I was going to travel because I'd sold my car and everything. But then, yeah, celebrated a little bit, and then on Sunday, which was the 27th, I prepared and everything. I had literally had just a day to like pack my stuff and like, so I packed my stuff. I was able to spend some time with my two besties from school, Charles and Gamel. I'll probably leave a picture of, when we spent time. But yes, spent time with them a little bit, and then I dashed off to the airport. Now that's a whole different situation, because when I went to the airport, I had like a huge issue to the extent that I had to like, guys, you won't believe this, but I actually came to the US with a Ghana must go bag in a box. I know. It sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually telling the truth. And this is one detail I don't mind giving out, because I think it's so funny. Like when I think about it now, it's so funny. Like I'm sure you're asking, okay, why didn't she, like, there are so many suitcases and bags and stuff like that. Why didn't I bring it back? Yep. I actually brought a suitcase. I actually brought a Ghana school and a box to America. And that is going to be a whole video on its own, and the experiences I had at the airport. But yeah, that happened. And before you keep thinking that, oh, she has gained a lot of weight, she's looking so, I don't care whatever you're thinking at this point in time, looking at me with my cheeks looking all big and acne all over my face, which you can't really see now because it's kind of bright, but I'm sure you can see the acne on my face and my face looking a bit puffy. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that too. So before you get all judgy, just put the whole judgy thing on the side. Maybe I'm being paranoid, but I don't care. Yes, so that happened. Now we're on to 10 minutes, and I'm trying not to drag this video because apparently I'm a terrible storyteller. But then yes, that happened. I came to America. Oh, miserable sad me. And then I get to America, I'm like, you know what? I've come to America in the weirdest time. It's COVID in the middle of a pandemic, and everyone is wearing masks. No one is like seeing anybody. We can't see faces. We can't make friends. I'm moving from a whole different continent to a whole different continent. I do not know anybody. I'm the kind of person that likes to make friends. I'm the kind of person that likes to hang around people. I mean, that has changed a lot since I've been here, because apparently I do not like to hang around people. But yeah, that's something I found out when I got here. But yeah, maybe that's just, I don't know. I like to hang around people, but I don't like to hang around people at the same time. It's I don't know. It's just one of those weird things. Yeah. But then I'm like, I want to get to know people. Like, and our classes were online, so it's not like I was going to meet classmates and meet people and all of that. The only option was to meet people online. So I'm like, hey. So I've actually jumped the story. You know what? So when I came, I was looking for an apartment. God being so good, I met these really nice people who hosted me for like, a nice lady who hosted me for like 1 week, another nice lady who like picked me up from the airport, and she brought me here and to Athens, and I was being hosted by another really nice lady, and she helped me look for a place. Thankfully, I found a place which was her old place, and I moved there. But funny enough, they were all guys that were living there. It was a 4-bedroom house, and there was just one room that was left. And I'm like, you know what, F it. I don't really care who I stay with. If they're guys, the two were Ghanaian guys, one was Nigerian. The Nigerian guy, knew him before coming here because he and I both, like, he was in Nigeria and I was in Ghana, and we were both like coming to do the same course, and we met on a WhatsApp platform, and we're kind of like all, you know, on our toes because we didn't know if we are gonna get the visa. He went for his visa interview before us, and he got the visa. And he kind of just said us on what was asked and all those things. So like, I knew him, and so I was comfortable with him. We had lots and lots of conversations, and he was Nigerian. So I'm like, you know, I know this guy. The other two guys are Ghanaians. I mean, how bad could it be? So I moved in with them, and that's just another story for another day. I'm gonna do a separate video on how, like, living with guys, and you know, the pros and cons, and like the annoying things and then the fun things. And there's some noise in the background. One of my roommates is blending something, so if you hear something, pardon me, but yes, that's the reality of the issue. So where was I? Yeah, the story is just gonna be mushed up. Anyway, I'm like, I need to meet people and everything. So how do I meet people without having to, you know, try so hard? And that was online. Like, okay, no problem. Now, oh shoot. Just a moment, guys. I closed my guide, my list, my Google Doc list that I'm using to tell the story. So I need to bring it up again. I'm trying so hard. This video, I'm not going to edit. I'm not going to cut anywhere. I'm not going to, it's just going to be straightforward. Me try. I'm a posty. No mashup. That's why I'm saying it's raw and uncut. Raw and uncut. Like, I need to restore. But yes, I'm like, the only way I can meet people is like by meeting them. Where are all my pin tabs? Are you kidding me? Oh, it's here. False alarm. Oh my god. You guys are gonna see a lot about me and how I really am sometimes. Yeah, but I got it. Yes, so where was I? Online, meeting people online. So I joined some dating apps, not for the purpose of dating, because I was already talking to someone who appeared to be snake under the grass skin. What am I saying? Snake under sheepskin or snake under grass? Yeah. Snake under grass. It's not even a thing. It sounds weird in my ears and it sounds right at the same time. But yes. Yeah, I joined some dating apps, and oh my god, that is a video on its own. The weird people I met. Weird. I met weird people. I met people that were like, I did meet a couple of people that became friends who later on turned out to be yeah, so I literally cut them off. But I actually did meet someone who was kind of cool, but I don't know, friendship is also still kind of weird. It could be my fault, but I don't know. It's just, yeah. So I actually joined these dating apps to meet both men and women because I was trying to look for friendship. I wasn't trying to date anybody, but I was just trying to meet people and be friends with people and stuff like that. So yeah, that was another thing. So I did this whole online thing, and that was a disaster. Something beautiful turned out later on, but the most part of it was a disaster, which I would do a video on. But then yeah, I got this room. I was able to spec it up, and most of the things I got from, like, I spec that room so nicely that I was surprised with myself, because most of the things I got in that room were all like thrift. So I went to this thrift store, I got different things. The only things I really spent money on in that room was like my carpet and my bed, my like bed, which is not this one. That one was like a queen size. This is a full size, but that one was queen size. That one was like really huge, and it was white. I really loved that bed. That bed was so comfortable. But I sold it because when I was moving here, I thought this room was more spacious. Only to come here and this place is like, I think it was not, it wasn't like it wasn't spacious, but the way the room is set up, it can't, like, I couldn't have had that bed here. So I had to sell that bed. And that house was just crazy. That house was weird. There was a raccoon in my house. That's how bad it was. And during the nights, the raccoons would be on my roof, and I was at the top. I was upstairs, and the raccoons were like on top of the roof, like on top of my closet. And the raccoon gave birth there, and so in the night they'll be scratching the roof and be doing these weird sounds. Yo, that was another whole thing altogether. But that was an experience which by now you know I would give in a different video. But then that whole time of coming to the US, settling down, you know, trying to get to know people, and that backfiring, and like I actually did meet people. I don't know if I have friends now. I don't know, it's just a weird feeling. I don't really have friends here, just to be honest. I do have friends, but I don't. Like, it's in between. Like, it's one of those things. And maybe the fault is mine, like I said, but it's just since I came here, it's just been so weird. And I've just been like so focused on, you know, building my relationship with God, being a better person inwardly, because I've been dealing with a whole lot emotionally, mentally. Stress, the mental stress that school comes with is just like on another level, which I did not anticipate, and it has taken like a huge toll on me. And then I got sick, so I'll come to the sick part. But then yes, how was I surviving in school? Like how was it? Like, did I just come in and I had like some $100 million or some $100,000 in some account? No, I came here with, I'll mention the amount I came here with in a different video, but I came here with less than $5,000, less than $4,000 actually, maybe less than $3,000 actually. And I came here with that money, and half of the money went into rent, half of the money went into like these little things I had to be paying for. Yo, when I say life was hard, life was freaking hard. Like, I did not expect that. And I do not come from like a rich home where I can be like, oh, once I don't have money, once I'm broke, I can call mommy and daddy will send me some $500 or like some $1,000, some $1K or girl, you are super on your own. And it's crazy, really crazy. And just recently I heard about sugar daddies. Like, not that I just heard about sugar daddies, but I heard about sugar daddies here, where you don't have to do the sugar part, you just have to keep people company. Look, if I was that, like, at that point, and if I known about it, maybe, like, you never know, like, maybe, like, me, I'm good at listening to people, I'm good at talking with people. If I'll talk to you and you pay me, that is a service. But not that I can't be doing sugar things. No, I saw the sugar there. The pom is not available. But then, just to talk, just to make you feel good, just to make you feel like you have company, that one the alcohol I could consider. But like, that's not the point of this video, because look, I said, if I said desperate, I was desperate. I was desperate. No joke, no lie, nothing. I was desperate. Like, I was freaking broke. And like, it was just crazy. It was just really crazy. Like, So I got a job, and my first job I actually got in a culinary facility where I was. Should I give the detail, or I should do that in a different video? Let me just, yeah, I was washing dishes for a living. Like, I am being so real. I was washing dishes for a living, and that's gonna be like the details of that's going to be like in another video. But I didn't have a car, mind you. My workplace thankfully wasn't so far. It was like 8 to 10 minutes walk. But then I had come from a really hot country to a really cold country. It was winter during that time, and I had to walk from my apartment. I had to leave the apartment like 6:30, 7 a.m., sometimes 7:30 a.m. to work early in the morning when it's freezing cold, and I had to walk. I don't know how I never fell, or I never slipped and fell, but that's probably because I had some really strong boots that helped me. But then, when I say it wasn't easy, like it was crazy. And like, you see, it was so bad that you don't even get the chance to like sit and like breathe and reflect. It was just like you didn't have the luxury of time to figure out your mental state or your mental health or your emotional state or your emotional health. Like, you were just consumed in, I need to go to work, I need to come back, I have class. After class, I need to eat. After eating, I need to do my assignments. I have readings. And look, every lecturer, I don't know if it's the whole of the US, but every lecturer treats their classes as though that's the only thing you're doing. So you have like voluminous readings that you have to read. And I'm a slow reader. My brain is not so sharp. I don't think I'm dumb, but my brain is not so sharp to the extent that when I read, immediately I read, I could grasp what is being written. Like, I really need to read it over and over again to understand. And I need to like create scenarios in my head to understand. I need to like take my time and read to understand. I'm not the good person who can skim through and understand what the reading is about. That is it. That's the truth. And so I was like, however I got my A's, it's only God because look, if I say girl suffrage, like I really did suffer, like, to be honest. So, and I'm not here to, not the PT card, no, that's not what I'm doing. I'm here to share my story, and this is like a run through from then to now. And after this run through, I will probably break it into parts and do like short 10-minute videos on each topic. But it's like a run through without giving too much detail. So I did that, and then while I was doing that, I was interviewing for jobs. So there's this thing called GRS and GATARA. These are the scholarships that you have when you're coming to school. GRS for my school is Graduate Recruitment Scholarship. The Graduate Recruitment Scholarship is only a tuition waiver. You will be paid, but you'll be paid like $90 every 2 weeks, which that's nothing. That's literally just like food money. It does nothing. And GA is graduate assistantship. Graduate assistantship, it means you have like a job with your department or like an administrative, role where you work and then they pay you hourly. It's an hourly paid job. And so you're paid bi-weekly and you can make about $600 every 2 weeks. That is way better than the GRS. So if you're on GA, you actually can get a way around paying your bills. It might not be enough because things are really expensive, but you can find your way around it. Now, TA is just like GA, you're paid around the same thing. RA, research assistant, is just like GA and TA, paid around the same thing, which is research assistant, teaching assistant, and graduate assistant. Graduate recruitment scholarship? Pray you don't get that. It's a good stepping stone, but pray you don't get that, because that is like, we're giving you the world, but we are not giving you the world. Like, it's so, I don't know. It's crazy. It is really crazy. It's crazy. And that is what my colleagues and I were on. And so we had to like figure out how to pay our bills and all those things. But then you presented a statement saying that, oh, you can pay your bills. You can, you're not going to be a liability on the US system. So you can come to the US and study. So there's not much you can do at that point. So we started, applying for jobs and stuff like that. And then we do that. And then we get interviews. Like we get called for interviews and stuff like that. I applied for 3 jobs. 2 were under the same like office. No, I applied for 4 jobs. 2 were kind of like the same, under the same office. Am I being correct? I applied for 3 jobs. 2 were under the same office, and 1 was like separate. So I had like 2 interviews because the 2 other jobs were like under the same office. Did I even apply for the second one? No, I applied for 2 jobs only. But one of the jobs came with another role, which was under the same office. That's why I get confused. But I actually applied for just 2. And I got the 2 interviews. And then I took the 2 interviews. The first one that I took was like a month and a half or 2 months apart from the second one. After taking an interview, I didn't hear from them. So I assumed that, oh, okay, I didn't get the interview. We move. I didn't get the job. I'm sorry. We moved. So I was just continuing my washing dishes, packaging food, low life, things like that. And then I get called for the second interview, and then I had the interview. That was just a crazy thing altogether, because when I had that interview, there was a mix-up with the time, and so I was at work when I had a message that your interview is in like 10 minutes, and I sent them an email like, you know what, the interview wasn't set for like another 2 hours, and not knowing that I think one of the people who had set up the meeting had the time mixed up, and she had a time frame that was not a US time frame, and like, oh my god. So I had to go sit in my friend's car, my colleague's car, to do that interview. The network was terrible, but then I thought that I aced that interview, because that was actually an interview that was in my field. I really thought that I'd aced everything. But then before I even, I had heard rumors that the person who was in charge of that interview was biased, so I shouldn't, hope for too much. I said, okay, no problem. But I thought I really did well, actually. To be honest, I still think that I did well with that interview. But anyways, yeah, I was like hopeful. The first interview, however, I prepared for that interview, and the first question I was asked, oh my god, I was so nervous. I was just like, yes, still be to papa, so I'm what you say. Now me to papa, so by like I was just like rumbling here and there. I wasn't making any sense. So I was like, I stopped in my tracks, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm really nervous. It's the first time I'm doing something like this, and I'm really nervous. They were really nice, and they were like, just take your time. I took in a deep breath, and I still said nothing. I still didn't make any sense for the first question, at least. But then when they continued to ask me questions, I kept on going, and I realized I became less tense, and I answered the questions, and it was a good interview. But then because of that first question, I thought I was fucked up, basically. But then, yeah, long story short, at the end of the day, there was one day I was just at work washing dishes as usual, and I got an email from the first interview people, and then the first thing I saw was congratulations. I was like, oh my god. So then I moved to the washroom, and it's like, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. You've been selected for this position. I was like, oh my god. couldn't believe it because I didn't even think I was gonna get a assistantship position. Like, I mean, I didn't even do anything so well during that interview, but then I got it anyways. Same day, the second interview, people send me a rejection email saying, "We are sorry, blah blah blah, this was a competitive blah blah blah, we couldn't, really." I didn't even mind it because at that point I was so happy that I got the first job. Now the first job was also in line with things that I'd done before. So like I was just like, oh, even better. Yeah, there's more to say about that job, but another video.